you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed.
Tier list time. We're going to be doing Need for Speed tier list, because why not? I want to annoy some people. No. So let's begin. We have Need for Speed Undercover, the new one, like the newest one, I should say. I'm going to have to put that in this one. I didn't enjoy it very much. I prefer the open world Need for Speed games. This one was kind of like a track racing type of thing, but at the same time not, because you were getting chased by cops, but it was not free roam. You couldn't go off the roads. It was very, very enclosed, and I did not enjoy it. So that's why it's going there. I can't say anything about the next two because I haven't played them. And Need for Speed Edge, I also haven't played. Porsche Release, haven't played. I'm just going to put these I haven't played in the bottom. The very bottom, okay? Let's do that right now so I can actually jump along. Porsche Unleashed. Oh, Undercover 2. This is one I can comment on. I think this has to go at least here. I would almost put it here. I think it might go in here. Yeah, let's put it in there. I thought that was an amazing game. Massive street racing culture. And yeah, it just did lots of things perfectly. Need for Speed The Run. Again, I'm going to put it in here with this. I don't think it's any better or worse than Hot Pursuit. But yeah, I don't think it did anything great. Most Wanted, the original. Yep, that's going in the top. In fact, I would even put it before that one there. That goes at the very top of the top, in my opinion. That is my absolute favourite game. It is just amazing. I think it's literally a work of art. Oh, and look who comes behind it. The rubbish one. And I think this is the worst. One of the worst Need for Speeds to come out. If I hadn't been given the Most Wanted title, I don't think I would hate it so much. I have to admit it. I'm kind of biased. But it's going there anyway. Payback? I didn't think it was too bad, but there was a real lack of cops. So it can't go any higher than that. I'm sorry. 2015, I did play this one too. I think this one goes here. Really enjoyed the story. It was live action, which is really cool. Real cutscenes and real places. No motion capture. Rubbish. I really, really loved that. I haven't played Nitro, and I have not played this one either, or Shift, because I do not enjoy it. In fact, I can tell you what I think of Shift, because I've seen gameplay. I've had tiny amounts of gameplay of it as well, and I just thought it was loads of rubbish. I don't like any track racing stuff in most kinds. Sometimes they're quite good, but it has to be an engine focused on that. Need for Speed was not an engine focused on that. Underground, not Undercover, I nearly said that. That's going underneath Underground 2. The reason I say that is I thought Underground 2 just did everything a bit better, which it should really, because it's 2. It should be like improving everything that kind of sucked about the game. Shift, another game most people don't care about. Undercover, I'm actually going to put it in, yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. I really, really like this game. More than Payback, it's going in here. I enjoyed that game more than Payback. By the way, it's behind everything else there. That's the order. But the graphics were pretty poop for its period. But I did enjoy everything else about it. So I'm going to slap it right in there. Because why not? I know people are going to be angry at that, but that's what I personally thought of the game. I enjoyed it. I didn't play this. I'm not that old to have played that. Pro Street, again. Drag Racer, we didn't ask for it. Carbon. That is going to go behind these two, but it's definitely going in the best of the best. Loved every minute of gameplay. Whilst it was a very short amount of gameplay, I think this game was one of the best ones that Need for Speed's made. I would say the best ones are Most Wanted, Carbon, and the Underground series. You might be able to add a couple others, but I think those are the main 4 for me. I haven't played you. Haven't played, isn't it? Nope, that's rubbish games. Put that in there. Haven't played. And that should also be in haven't played. I should put that in there by accident. Rivals. Mixed opinions on this one. I'm going to put it in underrated sleepers, and I'm going to put it above Payback. I don't think it was horrendous, if that's a compliment. But I did enjoy that you could switch between being a criminal and a cop. What I didn't enjoy was how enclosed you felt. There was so much limitation I felt with the game. I did play it on 360 first, so that might have been a bad experience. But the graphics were really good on that, actually, for what it was. So yeah, that's going in there. I didn't play Need for Speed World, but I have played No Limits. Why do I keep putting those in there? That is not the right column. There we go. Limits. Okay, what do I think of this? I love the customization in the game. That was good. It was very drift focused. I haven't played it in forever, so I'm just kind of recalling what I can remember about it. I really didn't think it was too bad. I can't put it in rubbish. It's definitely not a rubbish game. I'm gonna put it behind Payback. I think that's quite fair. It is a mobile game, so I'm probably not rating it very fairly, comparing it against console and PC games. But that's my list. So ignore everything else down here because I have not played them. Oh, there's another tier underneath that, but just ignore everything there. This one here is my worst. The worst games that I've played. The worst of the worst for me is Most Wanted. Personally, it's an insult to give it that name. Next, Shift and Shift 2. I think they're the exact same tier in the spot. I didn't enjoy them because they were track races. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It wasn't horrendous, but I didn't enjoy it, so it has to go down there because there's other games I enjoyed more. Pro Street, again, in fact, to be honest, that's more fair. The Run goes at the top of this tier, but it's still not in the best. It was okay, and I did enjoy parts of it, but again, pretty average. Now I'm dragging stuff all over the place. I'm making a big mess. Alright, Need for Speed Rivals at the top of this tier. I should have started from the bottom, but hey, we're starting from the top. Pretty cool idea, I think. Need for Speed Payback. It just felt lacking in the cop department. If it had cops, I'd have put it in the next tier up 100%, but that was missing. And the story was quite hard to really understand, at least for me. Need for Speed No Limit has no story, has no acting, but it does have good customization, and for a mobile game, it does look amazing, so I have to give it some credit, right? Probably not a fair tier list, to be honest, with that in there, because this is being compared against much superior games in terms of graphics and really features that they have to offer. Next tier, at the bottom of that tier, we have Undercover. It's a great game in my opinion. It just lacks in the graphics department, which there are mods to fix that, but I'm rating the games as they are out the box. Not about who can make the best graphics. I'm pretty sure anybody can make any of these games amazing with mods. So we're just going off of what comes out the box here, and I loved it. But I did feel like the graphics didn't really meet up to expectations even when the game came out. And now they are probably worse than Most Wanted's. And Most Wanted is, I believe, 2 or 3 years older, so really isn't an excuse there. Need for Speed 2015, aka Need for Speed. Again, back to live action cutscenes. I really enjoyed my play through of this. Cool story. Made quite a bit of sense. Very street race focused, which we loved and we wanted more of, and I am very happy with this game. Next up, Underground. Really quite a great game. Everybody loves this game. It's like one of the more infamous games, and it really is just street racing, which everybody loved at the time. Fast and Furious would prove that. Modifications on cars, street racing, bets, everything you could really ask for at the time. Now, Need for Speed Carbon, I absolutely love this game. I know there's people who hated this game. This is one of my ultimate top 3 games. But I think it might be at the bottom of the tier. It was too short. If the story was longer, I would have to put it above Underground, but it wasn't. So I am going to put it below there. Great acting, live action as per usual. Some mocap in there, which was really horrendous and should have never existed in my opinion. But hey, they have to start from somewhere. Next up is Underground 2. I really did enjoy this game too. I thought it improved upon everything that Underground 1 didn't do and just added them in on top of the amazing stuff that was already in the game, pretty much making a perfect game. Street racing and all that comes back into this game from previous Underground, and it just was amazing. Considering a game was coming out each year, these games were something else, especially for the time. And finally, my king game. I believe this is the best game to ever come out of Need for Speed as a franchise, at least that I've played. Need for Speed Most Wanted being crowned number 1. I think most people would probably put it there. Some people would interchange it with Underground 2. I have to say no. I believe that goes up there. I thought everything was perfect. There's story, there's racing, there's customization. What else could you want from a street racing game? Oh, and there's also plenty cops. If you haven't checked out any of these 3 games, make sure you do. Try and play them if you can, because these are 3 must-try experiences, and they'll keep you entertained in total for at least a whole entire day, probably even a couple days, if you play casually like me. Anyway, hopefully you found this video useful or you enjoyed. That is it for this tier list. I've enjoyed making this video because it's just my opinions. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.